Alright, today is day 55 of being a growth operator, and this journey just keeps on getting wilder and coming across different things I didn't know I was going to come across. But today is a bittersweet day. Basically, a quick rundown what's happened today so far. Working a night shift, finished at 7 a.m. I was supposed to have training at 9 a.m. but I was like, there's no way that's gonna work. So I told my manager, I gave her a text in the morning before I left. I was like, that training that you guys got me booked in for today, you're gonna have to reschedule that because there's no way. I haven't slept the whole night and I can't come straight in for. So anyway, that's been rebooked. Woke up midday. But anyway, today is a bittersweet day because I've officially decided that I'm gonna go back to outreach. Now, that doesn't mean I haven't dropped my client. My client hasn't dropped me. We're still working together. But I've decided before this gets any worse, and I'm not hoping that it doesn't get any worse, but I'm just looking ahead and I'm thinking the pace that we're going at is like really slow. And I know I've spoke about not rushing things, but at the same time, I do have to like use my brain and see. We've been working together since the first day of the year, the 1st of January. It's now Valentine's Day. It's now Valentine's Day. Look at the red lights. It's now Valentine's Day and we still haven't launched. It's been 45 days and we haven't launched yet. So that is very concerning to me if I'm being very honest, and I'm thinking out loud now. So I don't want to get to the point where it's been 3 months and our contract ends in a month and a half. We had a 3-month contract and we're literally smack bang in the middle of it, still haven't launched. So I don't want us to get to the end of that contract and I haven't been able to fulfill because the launch took so long. So basically, if you're not familiar, my guarantee was I would make my client 10K within the first 3 months of working together. Now, in hindsight, I've learned a lot of things from working. I've learned a lot of things from being inside. So this is good information for anyone that hasn't got their client yet. So listen to what I'm about to say. Don't make the mistake that I said, which is I'll make you X amount within the first 3 months of us working. Make sure you say I'll make you X amount within the first 3 months of us launching the community. There's a big difference because us working together was basically me and her signing the contract, and the contract was signed on the first day of the year. 45 days later, now we still haven't launched, but in terms of the contract, we're in the middle of the contract and we haven't made a single pound yet, okay, or single dollar. So when you do your contract, say, you know, if you're gonna go the guarantee route, which I'm still gonna do, but now I'm gonna say I'm gonna make, let's say for example, I'll guarantee I'll make you 10K within the first 3 months of us launching the community. Because now, when it gets to the end of March, when the contract finishes, she can turn around and say, hey, you didn't do what you said you were gonna. The guarantee was you were gonna get me 10K by this time, which is what it said, and that's a rookie mistake. I didn't know that. So that's what I'm saying. You should take notice of what I'm saying right now. So yeah, and then also in that guarantee, I said if I don't get it to that 10K within that first 3 months by the end of March, then I'll carry on working. I'll carry on working on the community for free until we hit that 10K. So yeah, now that's something big that I've learned. Like, don't say that. Like, make sure you say after launching. So yeah, I've spoken to a couple of people. I've spoken to Justin, spoken to Dakota, spoken to Simon. Shout out to those guys, give me great advice. Basically Dakota and Justin basically said, yeah, you should probably go out there and do some you should probably get a second client, looking like just like seeing how things are going. Yeah, probably get a second one. And yeah, Simon was just like, you know, if things are really like that, then, you know, maybe consider it, talk to them and stuff like that. But yeah, but I'm gonna go back to the outreach. It's a bittersweet moment, but you know, I feel a lot more confident in my outreach abilities. Obviously, I do have an outreach community where I help a lot of people out. and even a couple people in my community have already got a client, which is great. So now I'm gonna have to go back to the grind type of thing. But I'm a lot more equipped, and now I want to answer a question like, do I think it's easier for me to get a client now than it was when I started? It's a yes and a no. I think it's a bit harder now because there's more competition. Obviously, if you're watching this, then you know that Alex Hormozi invested in school and has put so much attention on school. When I started, Alex Hormozi had not invested in school. School was still very like, you know, if you know, then you know type of thing. Now that he's invested in it, so many more, there's millions of people knowing about it now, and millions of people starting to get into growth operating and stuff like that. So in terms of competition, I think it'll be a little bit harder, but I think it's a little bit easier for me because now I actually have experience, have a case study, and I can say that I've worked with the creator before. Now, of course, I can't say that I've worked with a creator and I've scaled my creator to 50k per month. I can't say that because I'll be lying. But I can say, because I'm not gonna lie to them, I can say I'm currently working with a creator and I've done all the steps with this creator. So I've done the market research, I've done the master messaging, I've crafted the offer, I've written the VCL, and I've built the community, and I've built the VCL, and I've linked everything together, and I set up the automated emails and everything like that. So, and I can show them that. And then the fourth thing is I can show them my own community, the DM sliders, and say that I've built my own community and I've managed to get over 330 something people in there, and we've actually got results in there. I've actually helped people. Like, I'm helping people not only like slide into DMs, but actually once they get their client, like a couple of people have, like I'm actually helping them like along the way. So I'm kind of like a mentor, I'm saying that very like, I'm kind of like a mentor for some people. So I got 4 big things there that I can say now when I pull up to a creator. You know what I'm saying? Before, when I started, I was completely brand new. The biggest thing I could say was I'm part of Create Accelerator and I'm being mentored by Brady. And, you know, that was it. And that was great. That helped me a lot. That helped me a lot, by the way. So, but now I can say I'm part of Create Accelerator. I'm being mentored by, you know, people like Brady. Have my own community. My community is like 300 and it's in the 300s on like all of the communities in the world on school. Mine's like around 300 and something. I've worked through creator, I've done everything for my creator in the back end, and yeah, I actually have experience now. So now I'm gonna take all of that and put that into my outreach, which was definitely gonna give me a bigger boost than when I started. I remember when I was doing my outreach, I was speaking to a guy and he wanted to know like, who have you worked with, what's your experience, I need to know this stuff. And I kept it real with him. I told him I don't have any. I just told him the whole, you know, but I'm working with the Create Accelerator and I have mentors and stuff. I knew, well, I'm talking to other growth operators that have experience and stuff, so that one didn't really work out. So yeah, I think now I'm in a much better position. And yeah, so back to the outreach. You know me, sorry, I keep dropping this. I'm gonna keep on testing new things. So if you see me do something a bit out of the norm, just know I'm testing. And this is what I talk about in my community as well. Test everything, man. Test it. Don't follow everyone like a sheep, but then expect to be, no. So I'm gonna do a lot of different things. I'm gonna be testing a lot of things until I get that creator. And oh, another thing that I've learned, I've just dropped it again. Another thing that I've learned, I'm definitely gonna ask for a setup fee now that I'm experienced and I know what I'm doing. So that setup fee is definitely gonna be there. I think maybe that's why things are a little bit slow, because there was no setup fee. Like, my creator didn't put no money on the line. This is essentially free for them. You know, lessons have been learned though. Lessons have been learned. So it's a good, this is why I like this documentation of my journey, because you can like see where I've like messed up and you like don't do the same thing as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should I do another prediction? Because this is going to be my first day of outreach. So it took me 11 days to get my first client. I'm very competitive, so I'm gonna say it took me 11 days. I'm gonna say in the next 10 days, I wanna have my next client signed with the sign-up fee. Yeah, I'm gonna say 10 days. So today's Valentine's Day. So in 10 days, shit, when is 10 days from now? When is 10 days from now? Yeah, that was easy math. I shouldn't even use Siri for that. By the 24th of February, I'm aiming to have my second client. That's gonna keep me going. Yes. Shout out to everyone that's shout out to everyone that's doing outreach. Now I'm back in that bracket. Shout out to everyone that has a client. I'm still in that bracket. And shout out to everyone that's making money with this. I'm not in that bracket yet. I'll see you guys on the next video.